Good morning, everybody. Tuesday, fifth favorite day of the week, but you know what? The sun is shining. Yesterday it wasn't, so you just got to take them as they come. I hope you guys are doing great. No complaints here. You guys really, we got some enthusiasm about our little peony here. It's pretty rare, like I said, covered in flower buds. They're getting bigger and fatter every time I look at it. Remember, to win the peony, you have to watch on Friday and comment peony or peony please. It's always nice to be polite. And we're gonna pick the winner on Friday. First live draw. So everybody who practiced yesterday commenting peony, good to know. You got your spelling right, your fingers are sharp, you're working. Hit us with that attitude on Friday. Hopefully you can win this for Mother's Day, okay? Either way, I'm giving it away, so let's make that happen on Friday. I also wanted to mention, we've still got approximately 10 or 12 spider plants to give away. If you haven't put your name in yet, get it in there. We want to make sure they all get to their forever home. They're upstairs growing, they look amazing, they're ready to go. And I don't know if you guys have looked at any of the other posts we have on our social media, but we are doing an incredible June Bride giveaway. I don't have time to go into all the details here, but I strongly recommend you check it out and have a look at it. We got together with some really cool people in the industry, some industry leaders, and we can't wait to make this happen for some people. So please check it out, and then let's get on with today. So today, as you can see, I'm surrounded by a bunch of stuff. My entire table is filled, and I thought what we'd talk about today is designing planters. I love giving away plants, planters, herbs, things like that as gifts. I find it's a homemade gift, but it also is alive. There's more to it than that. I find it a great activity you can do with your kids for a Mother's Day or a Father's Day or a birthday. So they're really cool. I'm gonna move this guy, don't forget, comment on Friday, but he's out of here right now. And a lot of people, when it comes to the design, we do amazing ones in-house, but again, horticulture and gardening is not one size fits all. The ones we do may not be suitable for your place for any number of reasons, and we're going to touch on them. Least of which is aesthetic. Maybe we used a plant that you don't like, and you have to have that aesthetic. Maybe you like monochromatic themes. Maybe all you want to see is reds or whites or blues, and you've got a very specific design element in mind. Run with that. You do your design element. It's your garden. That's what you're doing it for. The other one is, when people think planters, a lot of times they immediately think flowers. Well, why not think veggies too? Why not combine them? Why not mix it up? It's again, you don't have to stick and say, oh, you know what? I want to do marigolds. I can't use it tomorrow. Why not? They go great together. The marigolds actually help. So that's a companion planting. Maybe we should do an episode on companion planting. Note to self. I'll forget about it. Hopefully Brandy will remember. Or you guys can jog my memory. But you can mix up veggies, or you can do just veggies or just flowers. The thing is, you have to pick the aesthetic. But the one unbreakable rule has to be like goes with like. So if you're planting plants that need full sun, you can't put shade one in there. Something's got to give. If you're planting a shade area, you have to use shade plants. If you're planting a sun area, you have to use sun plants. But with that being said, you can play with the colors or the textures or the greens. So if you've got, a zinnia, a yellow zinnia, and it's growing amazing. So there it is, zesty yellow. Ooh, zesty. If you have a zesty yellow zinnia and you've got some pots and they're in the sun and the zinnia are loving it and they're doing what they do, but you've got a shady area, you want to carry it over, get a yellow begonia and use that color to carry it over. Yeah, they've got different foliages, there's different aspects, to carry over. You're gonna find some plants that are able to tolerate a bit of shade, a bit of sun. They can help bridge the gap. But you're not gonna be able to do exactly sun, exactly shade for that reason. So, like the old adage, like consorts with like, that's not about color, that's about light tolerance, what these plants require. So, now we're gonna go down to the basics. What do you need to design a plant, the aesthetic? So I'm gonna move these guys down just a little bit, so I've got some room. And there's three key things that you can remember, okay? And that's thriller, filler, and spiller. Thriller, filler, spiller. I should write it down. Okay, that's an R. There we go. Thriller, filler, spiller. And what that means, my favorite one of course is thriller, because then you get to do the thriller dance. I can't dance, I dance about as good as I sing, so bear with me here. Thank God I can plant, right? If I didn't have this, I'd have zero skills. But what you want to do, your thriller should be that thing in the middle, or the tall thing, the wow factor, there's something that gets you. So you've got your zinnias, maybe some big geraniums, if you're doing a veggie or a mixed one, your tomatoes or your peppers. And that's what you want, something that's gonna get big, right in the middle or at the back. We're gonna touch on that, don't worry. And that should be your thriller. People use grasses, not my favorite aesthetic. I find it kind of tired. There's a ton of grasses though, and if that's your aesthetic, go with it. It's what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you know what? There's a lot going on in our lives right now with everything happening and the pandemic and even if there's not, you know, there's work and everything life throws at you. Your garden, ideally, what I believe, should be your bastion of happiness. You should go out there and it should make you smile. Who cares if I don't like grasses in a pot? If you do, that's a win, I'm wrong, okay? So you plant what you want to see. So that's gonna be your thriller, right? Whether it's zinnias, geraniums, tall grasses, or a tomato, or a pepper, that's what's gonna be in your middle or your back. That's your height, your thriller. Now your filler, what you're looking for is something that's gonna get a medium growth. You don't want it to overtake your thriller. You want it filled in, it's more of an accent. It's not gonna have a wow factor, but it is important. It's gonna be complementary. And there's a lot you can do there. In a flower pot, you can add your herbs. So I grabbed some rosemary. I thought I grabbed some more and I don't see them. Yes, I did. Let me just clean off the tag here. And I grabbed some thyme. If I'd grabbed a couple more, I could have had a Paul Simon song. I'm not gonna sing it for you. But there we go, okay? And you can put the herbs, and these guys are gonna go great. They're gonna add a fragrance. Not all of these, yeah, zinnia, no fragrance to it. You guys have like literally no reason. That could be powerfully perfumed, and I'm lying to you, but I'm not. You guys can trust me. There's no fragrance. So add the fragrance with your herbs and then harvest the herbs and mix them in. Use your Dusty Miller, just a really simple gray accent to contrast against your pinks and your greens. Just an amazing, amazing contrast. It's gonna make these pop. Fantastic, fantastic to have some grays during sunrise and sunset. They really, really pick it out. Some little marigolds, add the yellow. Again, not everything has to be a contrast. You got a yellow, you can do a complementary color, right? So you've got the different things working together. And then you want your spillers. If you're doing a veggie, put in some cucumbers, okay? Something to spill over the edge. We've done cucumbers and peas in our pots before, and instead of them climbing, they tumble. They've done amazingly well. Okay, you've got bacopus. I got to include this one. Not only, again, you've got yellows, so you can do like a yellow theme like we were touching on, a monochromatic pot. But the other reason I got to include this one, its common name is Creeping Jenny, and my wife's name's Jenny, and I pretty much got her by creeping her. I'm just kidding, totally didn't, but hi Jenny. But this is named after my wife, so I always have to include it. Plus I love it, I love the leaf. Again, it's not gonna bloom, but it's gonna spill down. And then you alternate with these around your edges, and look at that. So that's the idea you want to run. And there's any number of options. I just grabbed really quick. You want your thriller, you want your filler, and you want your spiller. Now, another reason our planters might not work, We design ours with a 360 view in mind. And what I mean by that is you've got your thriller in the middle, you've got your fillers around it, all the way around there, and then on the outside circle, you've got your spillers. I got way too many plants going here, okay? Wow, look at that, that's really good. The grays picking up the blues going with the pinks. So that would be a great planter right there. And that's gonna work in something like this, okay? Big half wood barrel, okay? And if you're doing a 360 planting, so you've got your zinnia in the middle, you've got your dusty miller going around there, and then you've got your spillers coming down on the edges. But you may not have a 360 area. You may have a square area where there's a back. You want this up against a wall, or it's against a railing. So in that case, it's gonna be the same idea, but instead of doing a 360, you're gonna do row planting. So you're gonna have, I'm not gonna dance this time, but you're gonna have your thriller, then you're gonna have your filler, then you're gonna have your spiller coming down. Now, what if this is going on your balcony, but you're looking up from the garden and you can see it? Well, why not put some spillers down the back? So now you've got spillers, no fillers on this side, thrillers, then you've got your fillers and your spillers. Holy heck, can I give myself more tongue twisters here? So this might only be due. Now what if this is a square one and it's going in the corner? You might want to do around the edges and do an empty square, a hollow square. So you really have to think about how it's going to be viewed and how it's going to be seen. You got a hanging pot. I'm 6'1" and that might be hanging at that height. What's the point in putting a thriller in there? You're really not going to enjoy it. That's a perspective you're going to get. Not really the best. So this one, don't really worry about putting anything in the middle and just jam it. And a nice orange pot, put in a nice bright yellow. Okay, now you've got a real burst of color and you've used the pot to get the color. You don't want the pot to have the color, use black. This one's great for doing herbs. I wouldn't put a tomato, it's a little shallow. But this is great for putting your herbs in, and you could still put a geranium right in the middle and have your herbs around it. So there's any different type. You know, we've got large ceramic ones. These are new in. This is a large ceramic brass colored one. There's black, there's wood, there's the colorful plastics, any different type. But those are the basic principles. But remember, first and foremost, you guys do what you want. If you have a vision, we can help you get there. Ask us questions. Come in, our annual department is jammed. It keeps getting picked over. I think you guys are desperate for color this year, you know, and there's nothing wrong. I was talking about doing that. You know what? You want to do a thriller in the middle? Put those three together. Your thriller doesn't all have to be the same. Now you've got pinks, purples, and a yellow, and they're all working well together. Put some yellows, put some blues in that, put some cucumbers trailing down the edge, whatever works. But those are some basic tips on designing a planter, on what's gonna work for you. Tomorrow, we have a special guest, somebody I don't have to social distance from. My stepson, Harry Knight, is gonna be joining us. My wife, Jenny, is not allowed to watch tomorrow because we're designing her a Mother's Day planter. I'm gonna let Harry run with it. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna talk to you guys and talk to him while he's building it. You guys can see great thing that dads can do with their kids for their moms can do so that they get their own gift from the kids, whatever you want to do. You can have a ton of fun with it, family activity, and have something beautiful. Wraps us up for today. Don't forget all of our contests. Check out our social media for June Bright. Have a wonderful Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.